Hi, I'm the Magpie.
And I'm Jax.
And this is Mondays with Magpie.
Magpie.
Jacqueline, I am so glad you popped over.
Oh, well, thank you.
Guess what we're going to make today?
Popovers?
Popovers!
But maybe some people don't know what that is. Those poor people that don't know what that is need to know because they're amazing.
Well, it's batter that you put in little cups and they pop over.
Don't they have another name?
No,
Okay.
just popovers.
All right.
In England, you use exactly the same recipe and you make Yorkshire pudding. So now you have two things that you can make with one recipe. But today we're going to make popovers.
So the inside is kind of like hollow.
It's hollow, and so you fill it with soup. Well, you can just eat it, which is fine, or you can eat it with soup or fill it with soup. So we're also going to make some cream of broccoli soup today.
Oh, I love that. That's one of my favorites.
So you're getting two for the price of one.
Yay!
All right, so let's get started. I have preheated my oven to 400 degrees, which is nice and hot. Okay, Jax.
Thinking ahead. She's always thinking ahead.
Always thinking ahead. So we have to butter our pans. This is a popover pan. If you don't have a popover pan, I would say use a big muffin pan, and it should work.
All right.
I haven't tried it, so I don't
Let us
guarantee.
know.
But I think it will work.
All right.
So first of all, Jax, do that.
All right.
Brush them. All right, and while Jax does that, we'll take a hiatus. Okay, ready to make the popovers.
All right.
All right, here we go. Now, we're going to start with, everything goes in the mixing bowl. You can also do this in a blender if you have one, or a food processor if you have one, but we are going on the presumption that nobody has any equipment. All right, so that there's no excuses. No
You have some equipment.
Yeah. Oh, you do. You really do. All right. So we're going to start with 1 cup of flour.
Okay.
All right, Jack.
I already measured it because I know it's amusing to watch
yeah,
you measure,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I figured I'd give you a break.
Yeah. And 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Oh,
That was kind of an experience.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
And 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Get it all out of there now, Jax. Get it all out. Melted butter. Oh, she's getting every last morsel of butter out. Yeah. not yet.
I don't know. I think
No. And 1 cup of milk. I'll measure the milk because I should be doing something. 1 cup of milk.
Can I do the eggs into that? So
Yeah, you can do the
get
eggs.
shells in the popovers?
Yeah. All right, you do. Here, you want to crack each
You
one?
want another popover surprise?
Yeah. All right, crack them in.
This time it's egg shells.
It will be excellent.
Very good.
I know, I'm learning. I'm getting better. All
Right,
right,
one.
dump it in. All right. All right, throw
Not lazy.
the milk in, and then we are using a little portable mixer. You can get these for cheap if you don't have one, and if you don't have one, you're just going to have to beat it by hand. Okay, go ahead, lamb chop.
All right.
Start. And we're going to beat that for a while. Okay, Jack, that's enough.
All right.
Now we beat the ingredients for about 2 to 3 minutes. I had my watch on, and we were watching.
Physically, not emotionally.
Yeah. So Jax was just mentioned to me that there's not many ingredients.
It's just flour, a little bit of salt, 2 eggs, and more room temperature milk, right?
Yeah, and some milk.
Oh, butter.
So,
Butter.
yeah, but you have to
Nothing.
figure it's an old-fashioned recipe, and they didn't have a lot of things back then. So, and it's just basic. I mean, it's pancakes, it's cake, it's scones.
I've made those
just in
few times now.
different amounts. That's all. Okay, Jack. So now, 2/3 of full. Now you're going to have to just kind of divvy it up so that
Okay.
you know they all have about the same amount.
So we think
Okay.
this whole thing started in Yorkshire?
No, actually, I was watching a cooking show on television, and they were saying that every county in England had their own pudding. So my dad was from Yorkshire. He was born in Yorkshire, so we make Yorkshire pudding. And if you're from Gloucester or from Leicester, you make Leicestershire pudding,
Huh.
or you make
But it's all the
Sussex
same
pudding.
thing.
Probably
just you
all.
own it.
Yeah, I would think. Or,
Maybe you have like a quarter more salt or.
Yeah, or they put rosemary in it, and we really could have, if we wanted it savory, we could have added herbs, I would think. And it would have been sort of fun to try that. But so these are going to go in the oven now for 40 minutes at 400 degrees.
Okay.
Okay, Jax, take it away. So now while we wait for our popovers to cook, we are going to make broccoli soup. So we have soup to eat with our popover.
Very good.
All right, and
Can't
we're making your mother's, our camera lady's special broccoli, mushroom, cheddar, cream of soup.
And it was so funny the way that they came up with this recipe. Was I was young, so I wasn't there, but they were together in a restaurant and they tasted the soup and they loved it so much that they got really obsessed with trying to figure out what the ingredients were in it with each other and talking and figuring out whatever. And then they got up and they walked out without paying. I think they went back. So don't
we really
Maggie has another explanation
well,
too. But
we both were in the middle of divorces, and we were always used to having someone else pay our bill, and we just assumed that it was paid, and we walked out. And of course, we had to go back. And we were in the car on the way home, and Chris said to me, "Did you pay the bill?" I said, "No, did you pay?" Oh, I said, "We didn't pay the bill." So back we went. They knew us. They knew who we were.
But
so, all right.
the good news is we got a really good soup out of it.
Yeah.
It's actually something that I do have made. That's good English.
She does have your dog. All right, I'm using the leftover butter just because I have it. If you don't have it, it doesn't matter.
It's like the little hair on it.
Oh, well, you got to put a little something in it,
Does that count toward your pound of dirt?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. I put about 2 tablespoons of oil. So now we are going to saute 1 onion. It's like 1 medium-sized onion.
I know you wanted to see us chop it, but
You
we
didn't
spared
get
you that.
Yeah, that thrill is gone.
Go back to other episodes if you need to know how to chop them.
And then we have probably
Learn how
about,
not to do it.
about 2 stalks of celery.
All right.
It looks about 2 stalks, just cubed up nicely, because you don't want great big hunky chunks when you make your soup. And half a nice big portobello, cut it
Or
in
like
half.
2 or 3 of the small ones.
Yeah, just to get some flavor.
In?
All right, in.
The base of our soup.
That's it. So, and now, while you go about your life, Jacqueline and I are going to sit here and we are going to
Stir.
cook these until they are sauteed and nice and soft. Then we'll be
It's gonna
back.
smell really good for us at least.
Yes. Okay, so in order to get the broccoli ready, it's just about a pound of broccoli, and we're steaming it. And we're going to steam it until it's really nice and mushy. So there's going to be nothing crispy about this broccoli. All right, so now we have the onion, celery, and mushrooms in there, all nice and tender, all tender. Yeah, translucent, as they say. We've been steaming the broccoli, so it's off that hard, crunchy stuff. All right, Jax, we're going to transfer broccoli into here, into the pot.
Right. Transferred.
All right.
Broccoli transferred.
Okay, now, 2 cups of chicken broth or chicken stock, whatever you've got. And it should be chicken, it shouldn't be beef, because beef is too strong a flavor. And ready? And I'm going to measure this because the last time,
I'm sure it's not
Missy, we're using Pinot Grigio, so that's what we're using. So
That's because what we have. This is kind of a little bit like this is what we have here, soup.
Yeah.
And it's good when you have leftover broccoli. Whenever I make broccoli, I try to make extra because there's so many extra little things you can do with broccoli. So if you just have some leftover broccoli from last night's dinner, it's great.
In it
Throw
goes.
it in there.
In it goes. All right. This is going to simmer now, or really, no, we're going to bring it up to a boil and then simmer it for 10 minutes. And then we'll be back.
See you later.
So here we are. Popovers popped over. Aren't they?
Isn't that cool?
Isn't that neat? That is so, so neat.
Look, and like some of them even have like artistic flair to them. Like,
well, you know, we always try artistic
Yeah.
flair. Yes. Now, hopefully, they'll come unstuck the way they're supposed to, and we will have them out. So I'm going to set them aside.
oh, you don't have to do that.
See? Look. There. All right. Now we are ready.
Yes?
Oh, this is Dolly in the kitchen with her coordinating things. What you can do is use an immersion blender. Have you ever used one of these, Jacqueline?
Just one time.
Okay. And how did it all turn out?
A little messy,
A
but
little
fine.
All right. So now we are going to turn the heat off just for this business. All right.
Wait, I got this.
Oh, she's so right.
I don't
Okay.
like putting it to use.
Yeah. Now the thing, if you are using an immersion blender, keep it in the pot. Don't do any wonderful things because it will splatter, and this stuff is very, 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 very hot. All right, so put it in, turn it on, and you just start mushing and mushing and mushing. Like I say, be careful. All right.
And what if you don't have an immersion blender?
If you don't have an immersion blender, you should have a blender. If you don't have a blender,
that's a pain because then you have to do little by little.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then it shoots
up. It
up.
all shoots up. Okay, Jax, you want to try this?
Science.
Just be careful so that you don't burn yourself. Yeah. And it just takes a while, and just be patient. And once we have it all blended, we're going to add the cream. All right, now, Jacqueline has it pretty much pureed, and actually, I don't know, if you don't have a blender or a mixer, or I don't know, maybe you just can't make this soup, but you really do need some equipment, so you're going to have a blender, or an immersion blender, or a food processor.
Maybe a potato masher.
Yeah, I guess it might work with the potato masher, but it just would be chunkier.
You have a little bit of chunks, it's not a bad thing.
No, it would be nice. All right, so now we have grated cheese. Now, what we did was we grated what we had left in the refrigerator, and I'm really not sure how much it is. It looks to me to be about 2 cups.
Yeah, and that's what's nice about soup or quiche or stuff like that. You can use your leftover stuff, what you got. So
and
we had some Gouda and we had some cheddar. Usually we use cheddar, but some Gouda's gonna taste good with it.
Yeah, so it looks like about 2 cups. Alrighty, so here we go. So that's gonna go in, and Jacqueline will stir it with a spoon. Here you go. Wooden spoon.
Stir it. Wooden spoons are good for more than just spanking. I've learned that today.
Okay.
Always learn something when I'm here. Valuable.
About half a cup of heavy cream. Don't skimp on the heavy cream. I mean, milk is nice. If you don't have heavy cream and you're doing this and all you have is milk, use milk. But
try to use cream.
Really. Now, most recipes say that you should make a flour slurry, or you should thicken it with something. But if we do it like this, all that your gluten-free friends can eat it. We don't need that extra flour. So
there's a lot of them nowadays, so it is nice to occasionally have something.
All right, so now we'll turn it on again, and just heat it up to make sure that the cheese and the cream didn't cool it down too much.
Is this keto at all? I guess onions.
Yeah, it has onions in it. So other than that, so if you cut back on the onions, then it really is a nice keto soup too. So there we are. That's it. Now you have made popovers, and you have made cream of broccoli, cheddar, mushroom, whatever soup, and
ready to have some friends over.
Yeah, you're ready, or you're ready for lunch or dinner, or I don't care. All right, so here we are, ready to taste our soup.
Interest you in a popover?
Oh, thank you so much, my dear. That looks good. That looks good.
Open it up and look at that.
Look at that, nice and hollow on the inside.
Tasty. Can't wait to taste the soup.
All right, now here we go. The soup. Oh, see, and there are chunkies in it, so that's nice.
Just little ones. But if you wanted bigger chunks, you had said that you could hold some of the broccoli, just a couple of pieces off before, and then immerse it and then add it.
Use it like garnish. That would be nice. This is very, very nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us on Mondays with Magpie.
And we'll see you next time.